呪い文字。
Are you wondering how 2D animation can scare the living hell out of you? The best way to experience this is to watch horror anime. These anime know how to twist your mind in a whole new direction, make you sweat while in bed. So, since most horror anime of 2021 seem to have flown off to the underrated category, here are the 10 horror anime of 2021 you must watch. Number 10. Promised Neverland Season 2. What do you think was the greatest disappointment of last winter? The answer may vary for many people, but anime fans can collectively agree that the whole season was ruined when the studio decided to take the story of The Promised Neverland and went on a different route. The later arcs of the Promised Neverland manga had mixed reviews, but we can all agree on how it brought the story to a successful conclusion. But the same can't be said for the anime. But the anime producers still managed to keep that horror factor embedded to the show, and since most of the world building was still based on the manga, the anime did a decent job by giving the anime a more horrific feeling. Number 9. Visual Prison. It is common to see the horror genre being combined with many other genres, but mixing it with the music genre is something more bold and innovative. Fortunately, Visual Prison knows how to give us a modern-day fantasy adventure with supernatural vampires, horror, and music. The music may sometimes kick down the horror and stand on its own ground, but come on, who doesn't like some good beats in their favorite horror show? The anime also handles the themes of loneliness, isolation, and finding your purpose in life really well. And Visual Prison is a very good example of how to blend the horror and music genres together to make a supernatural adventure that will keep you hooked. The case study of Vanitas. It's vampires back again. Don't be surprised, anime always likes to give vampires supernatural powers and put them on the loose. But the vampire named Vanitas hates his own kind. Need proof? He created a grimoire that would one day take revenge on all vampires. But at least that's a myth. Or so we thought. When a young man named Noé decides to visit Paris, he crosses paths with a mysterious doctor having the same name as the ancient legend, and he soon finds an army of vampires on his tail. The case study of Vanities combines both mystery and action while adding a subtle layer of horror. The story also feels very original compared to many other anime released this summer, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the producers would bring this story to a successful conclusion. Kemono Jihen is definitely one of the most underrated anime of last winter. It's no surprise, considering how much anime got released that season. Kemono Jihen may start off as a gothic horror show with man-eating animals, but soon turns into an anime just like Jujutsu Kaisen, with demon battles and brutal murders. You've got a detective and 3 kids slowly discovering a mystery and a world that they didn't know of. The cast of characters is especially likable, and 2 of these guys actually look like a carbon copy of Deku and Bakugo. In terms of mystery, the series actually knows how to weave a fresh story with each arc, and in terms of horror, wait, I shouldn't be explaining that. You should experience that one for yourself. Urasekai Picnic. What if you made Stranger Things an anime and replaced the main cast with 2 girls? Well, Urasekai Picnic might not be a copy of Stranger Things, but their premises have a lot in common. Things kick off when a girl named Sorawo Kamikoshi discovers the other world, a parallel world full of supernatural entities, and not the most benevolent ones either. Real ghost stories turn out to be true, and Kamikoshi and her friend Toriko may never know what sort of danger they're getting into. This is one of those venturing into an unknown world anime that will get any fantasy fans' adrenaline running. Even though some episodes didn't live up to the hype, Urasekai Picnic never failed in giving the horror thrill ride that we always wanted. Supernatural beings with superpowers living inside a mansion? It's nothing new, but that's what Shadow House is all about. Here we have the Shadows, a group of faceless characters who mind their own business. But the problem here is that the dolls who are assigned to them cannot mind their own business. One of these dolls is called Emilico, who gets cautious about his master's activities and decides to do some investigation. And you know how investigations in the horror genre end. Shadow House knows how to mix the horror and mystery to create a unique journey you'll love. Honestly, everything about this anime is unique. The art style, the characters, the tone of the series all scream originality. If you need a good old horror mystery with talking dolls, then give this one a shot. Number 4. Miyaruko-chan. Now, this feels like a true horror. A girl who can see creepy ghosts, dark shadows looming in corridors ready to scare the living hell out of you, all of this happening inside a high school? There's a lot of common tropes in there, but Miyaruko-chan's manga knew how to adapt all of these in an original way. I mean, it's not every day you get to experience the daily adventures of a girl with supernatural problems. Miyaruko-chan is getting an anime adaptation next season, and I'm one of those people who are looking forward to it. It is rare to see modern anime focus so much on the horror genre, so if you plan on watching this, it's going to be a refreshing addition to your watch list. Yes, it's an anime where an old man tells tales about Japanese monsters. Some of them seem dangerous, some of them seem scary, and then some of them are stories that will make you think twice about sleeping alone at night. Yamishibai is one of those anime that knows how to craft horror through a simple art style. The voice acting, the directing, as well as the subtle soundtrack all add to amplify the horror feeling of this anime. The series follows the traditional Kamishibai storytelling, and the animation may seem a little bit odd, but you'll get used to it. This show will make you look twice at your own shadow in fear. Higurashi Sotsu. The infamous Higurashi. Is the new spin-off a remake? Is it a continuation of the story? Those are the questions we had when we started watching this anime. But the ending of Go cleared up a lot of issues and introduced us to a new antagonist. The new sequel series may not give off that exact horror feeling you got from the original series, but elementary kids killing each other while laughing like psychopaths can always leave a disturbing feeling in your mind. Also, it seems that not every female character here qualifies for the Best Girl Award, because the ending of Go finally showed us the true culprit of all the machinations. If you're a Higurashi fan, now's a great time to pick up the series and check out what it's got to offer. Number 1. Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Yep, the horror might not scare you, but similar to Higurashi, the curses will always leave a disturbing feeling in your mind. The original anime is about Yuji Itadori, an unnaturally talented boy living with his grandfather. Yuji's life changes when he meets a sorcerer named Megumi Fushiguro, who warns about a cursed talisman he possesses. But this talisman seems to be a bigger challenge than it seemed, and to protect his friends, Yuji swallows it. Now, with the host of Sakuna released from this talisman residing within him, Yuji becomes the target of many sorcerers as everyone tries to exorcise him. The movie will travel back in time and explain the story behind Yuta Okkotsu. You'll see many familiar faces as well, so stay tuned for that movie. So there goes the top 10 best horror anime of 2021. Some of these are released and some of them aren't, so it's best to finish off the series that have already been released first, so you can wait for the new ones. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can get updated as soon as we release a new video. Stay safe, anime fans. I'll see you in the next one.